students in grade 9, dear colleagues, good afternoon, and welcome to our English seminar for today. This is Umayma Sharba, an English Senior Supervisor from the Ministry of Education. I'd like to welcome my colleagues who are going to participate in the discussion in this seminar. Ms. Samar Asrawi, an English teacher from Damascus Directorate. Good afternoon, Ms. Samar.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you very much.
And Ms. Hanan Kantakji, an English teacher from Hamad Directorate. Good afternoon, Ms. Hanan.
Good afternoon. Nice to meet you.
Thank you for joining, dear.
You are welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for you.
Thank you. Well, dear, before we start talking and speaking about our session and grade 11, grade 9, unit 11, I'd like to say, first of all, Happy Teachers' Day. I'm very interested in this occasion. We have two occasions, and I'm very happy that I meet you in these two occasions to say Happy Teachers' Day for all the teachers. Happy Teachers' Day, dear colleagues.
Happy Teachers' Day.
And Happy Mother's Day. And I would like to say, if you have any question, any query, please call. We are ready to answer your questions in this unit and all the units in this book and all the books in EMAR series. Well, dear, you know that in unit 11, we have many skills. We always talk about the content of the unit before talking about it in details. Well, to speak about the unit 11, it's ready to contact. The title of the unit is ready to contact. Well, the unit plan, you know that we have the listening, speaking, reading, and writing. As in all the units, focus on 4 skills. The 4 skills which are very important to learn English and to learn any language. Well, to talk about the listening, we will discuss, and you see in this unit that we have a dialogue. Students should listen to a dialogue about changing technology. For speaking, for this skill speaking, students should talk about someone who affected your life. Someone who affected your life. Reading, they read a text about inspiring people. Writing, they learn to write. And they have a text, the students have a text to complete a paragraph with suitable words. For the grammar, to speak about the passive voice, the simple and present, we are going to present the passive voice in 2 cases, the simple, present, and the past simple. Pronunciation, we have the short vowel O and the long vowel O. We will talk about these, and my dear colleagues are going to speak in details about these 2 things. Before I start, I said Happy Teacher Day. Who inspired you? I think that your teachers always inspire you to do well at school, right? Who inspired me? I am inspired, and I was inspired by my mother, okay, by my mother. Well, dear, who inspired you? The person who inspired you to do well, to think positively, to be a good citizen in your country. Can I ask this question, Ms. Samar?
Yeah, sure. First of all, thank you very much and Happy Teachers' Day.
Happy Teacher's Day.
Happy Mother's Day also.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And number 1, maybe my parents. Let's say my parents inspired me.
Yes.
And my teachers also.
Yes,
Okay.
with them all the best for your parents and for all the teachers in the world.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes, Ms. Hanan?
Yes. Also, my parents are my model in life. And I have a teacher. He's now dead, of course. He was my godfather. He inspired me a lot, of course. He had, if I am good in English, the
It's
attitude,
because of
yes, the credit will go to him. He is Mr. Muhammad Khatib.
Yes, very nice.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now,
That's very
touch people's heart. I think that here we have something to show for our students, right?
Right.
Well, can we?
Sure.
Well, I think that it's not ready because we have a video to show for our students, and it's a very wonderful one. Touch people's hearts. Well, this video, I hope that they could manage to see it but I think that is not available. Well, what about,
No, don't say
yes
it.
now? Yes, please. If you can hear, is it clear? Is it clear? No, it's not clear, so
Okay.
sorry if we can't.
We can do without it, of course.
We can do it without it. What
Yes.
did you like to say, Ms. Hanan?
Okay. Here, if I want to name a person who affected my life positively, I can say my parents have affected my life positively because they care about me and they care about my future.
Yes?
Yeah. Yes.
Because they care about you, yes.
Yeah.
Inspiration. Inspiration touches people's life, right?
Yeah.
Well, what about you, Ms. Samar?
Yeah, also my parents have played a vital role in my life. They give me advice and take care of my study.
Very nice, thank you very
Yeah,
much.
sure.
Well, I hope that it's ready, but it's not ready yet, as they told me. Yes, we are ready to show it, but I think they are.
Let's do without it, miss.
Sorry?
Yeah, let's go on. Let's talk about inspiration, how
Yes.
it affects our life.
Yes, that's right.
Yes,
Well,
it change it from sad into happy life, maybe from bad into good. What do you think, Ms.
Negative, yes,
Hanan?
of course.
Yes.
Inspiration has always a positive
Yes.
effect. It gives positive attitude. It has a positive power or energy on one's life.
Sure.
And it has a good effect on one's life also.
very nice, thank you. Well, the positive effect for inspiration. How nice. How do they help you? Now, would you please, you said that your parents, right? How do they help you? What did they do? What have they done for all the lifetime to help you? What about take care of your study? Yes, please?
Yeah, sure. They show us how they loved us and how they care about our study, about our health, about everything.
Very nice. Yes, Ms.
And-
Hanan?
Yes, and they give advice all the time. What to do, how to be a good person, how to behave well, how to be a good citizen, how to be a good student. Everything that is positive.
Very nice. Thank you.
Yes. So.
Well, according to these things, to how you talked about your parents, about people who inspired you, well, they give you advice to take care of your study. Well, what's the effect of inspiration of one's life if we speak in general, if we speak about people in general? What's the effect of inspiration? We know that people always are always inspired by other people. They are, I hope that they are inspired positively. So, what's the effect of inspiration? Yes? Yes, please?
I think that you think the same. It affects our life positively.
Positively,
Yes,
of course.
in positive way, and inspire our life, change our point of views, also toward lives and toward studies, toward everything.
Very nice, thank you. So inspiration creates a positive difference in
Yeah,
one's
sure.
life, and it has a powerful effect on it. Thank you very much. Now, if we talk about tips, what tips to be able to inspire others? What are the tips?
Yes.
How can we inspire others? How can we inspire them positively? Yes, Ms. Hannah?
We have many pieces of advice, of course, to give to other people, to our students, to show people you care.
Yes.
Yes, by asking them some questions, for example, how are you? How do you feel today? So when friends ask these questions, they give a positive energy to their friends.
Yes.
This has a positive effect on them, of course.
Thank you.
So they inspire them to be good or to be happy.
Thank you very much. Yes, right? Yes, Ms. Samar?
Yes, by earning trust. Okay, and we can do that step by keep secrets.
Of course.
Yes, if Ms. Hanan give me a secret, I will keep it.
You will keep it. You won't
Yeah,
tell.
sure.
So you earn her trust.
You can tell me
earn
whatever
trust.
you want.
So-
Yes, by the way, it is difficult to give it, to get or to
Yeah,
gain a
sure,
trust.
it's very difficult to
But-
get trust, but
at the same time, it is easy to lose it by one mistake
In no
or
time,
something.
yes, in no time.
Well, is it for one mistake you lose the trust? Is it for one mistake? Can you forgive?
Of course, but when you give someone a secret, this is a trial or an
Yeah,
attempt to
but,
try. If I keep a secret, I am a good person. If I'm not, I don't keep it, I'm not a good person. So
Well,
I
the
can't
ability.
choose a person who can't keep secrets.
Yes, yes, of course, and it's one of the most important
Yes.
tip,
Yeah.
according to be able to inspire others. You earn trust.
Yeah.
Yes, please. What else?
Yes, keep your promises.
Promises.
Yeah, it's a very difficult
Yes.
task, you know. Okay, how to keep your promises? So if I promise Miss Hanan to help her or Miss Umayma, I have to do that, and I have to be wise enough to keep
Yes.
my promises.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, sure.
If
I
we
think
can.
they are connected together to keep your promises and to earn trust. They are one team. I think
Yeah.
that.
That's right.
And,
Thank you very
uh,
much.
And there are many examples that when we keep promises, this keeps the lives of some people, of course.
Yeah, sure.
Of course.
So,
Yes,
Of
please.
course, of course.
What else? Yes.
Can I add here?
Yeah, sure.
Don't criticize people. It is criticize has two meanings.
Yes.
It can be positive, it can be negative.
So it has two weapons.
Yeah, it can
focus
a
on.
weapon of two sides, of course.
Two sides.
Yes. So to criticize it means, of course, here in the book they say it to find faults, but not always. Sometimes we have something good, because when I criticize you, I don't mean to find only faults. I find faults and something to give advice or something like this. I mean.
Well, you are right, and I'd like to mention that in the book it's explained this way that to speak
Just
about the fault things,
false.
just about no. We would like to say that criticizing others doesn't mean only looking
To
and
focus
searching
on, yeah,
for
faults,
mistakes,
yeah.
focusing for the
And to
fault
follow
or
them, yes,
the
sure.
negative
No.
things. No, sometimes when you criticize me, Miss Hanan, it means that you love me, you want me to be better, to do better,
To give advice, maybe.
yes,
kind
to
of
give
advice.
advice,
To
kind
improve
of
the,
yes,
the
that's
listener,
right.
yeah.
So it
Okay.
doesn't mean that negatively.
Yeah.
Criticizing someone, sometimes the mother criticizes her children
Yes.
in order to motivate sometimes
Let's say
them
guide them to be the best.
to
Yes.
the best way. Thank you very much. Yes,
Okay.
please.
Yes, and we have here to be an active listener.
Right.
Yeah. You know, we have many ways to express that we are with you. We need to help you. We are ready to help you.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, we have something. Let's call it body language.
Yes.
And facial expressions.
Right.
You can use your eye contact.
Right.
Yeah. You focus to the speaker and tell him that you are with him. We can use some expressions like, yeah, let's go on, it's okay, and so on and so forth.
So these things or these tips inspire others. So
Yeah, sure.
let me repeat them.
Just
would
a
you
minute,
like-
and
yes?
this one, I mean, to be an active listener, of course, to show that you care. When you are a good listener and you give these tips, of course,
Yes.
you show that you care, of course, about him.
Of course.
Of course, thank
Yes.
you very
and
much.
you are listening well to him.
That's
Okay.
right. So show people you care. These are the tips to be able to inspire others. Show people you care, earn trust, keep promises, and be an active listener. Don't criticize people, and if you want to criticize them, be a positive criticizer. Okay? Now, we said that we can show other people that we care. How can we show other people that we care? Okay?
Yes, we have examples of smart acts of kindness. Like, you know, whenever you start our seminar, you say, hello, dear colleagues, how are you? Happy Teacher's Day, Happy Mother's Day. I think that's perfect.
Thank you.
To ask the other, how are you today? How
course.
was your day? What do you think, Ms. Hannah?
Yes, of course, to show
Yeah,
that
sure.
you care, you are interested in him or her.
That's
Okay.
right. To show.
And it's very simple.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Thank you
okay.
very much. It's very simple and doesn't cost anything if you
Yes,
are kind to others and ask them about these simple words are very necessary in our relationships. What about in trust? How to earn trust?
Yeah, as we said, to earn a trust is difficult. It needs a long time to be built, of course. But at the same time, it needs no time to be destroyed. So we have to be careful when we trust other people to choose the ones to be trusted. And of course, we have many around us, especially good friends.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Ms. Hanan. When you keep a secret, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, Ms. Samar?
Yes, you should be wise enough to keep your words.
That's right. And it takes a long time to be built, right?
Of course.
Yeah, that's about trust.
What about
yes.
keep promises?
Yes. As she said, to be wise enough, of course, to keep your secrets, to keep words, and it takes no time to be destroyed. The same.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, that's right. So
Long time to be built, and in no time it can be destroyed.
Yes,
So
right.
be careful.
You are right. Be careful in your relationships. We always advise and give these tips to our students, to our friends, to everybody around us in order to build good and healthy relationships with others. Now, dear colleagues, I'd like you to look at this picture. We have a picture here and it symbolizes something. Now, what do you think the picture talks about? What does it mean? We notice, can we explain the picture before talking about it? Yes, please.
Yeah, it's okay. I want to ask a question. If they are talking in a good way, or they are talking about his features, his characteristics, or, what do you think? Well, or positive or negative?
Doesn't require
I
a person
think it talks about his faults.
Yes. Is it about his faults?
Maybe they are pointing at him. They are just criticizing.
Yes.
Maybe they criticize his appearance, his character, his behavior. They try to find, as we said in the book, faults, but sometimes it is sometimes good. Maybe something is wrong with him. They have to criticize him to tell him to change his behavior, his ideas.
Nice. That's right. Yes. So we talk about criticizing. You are right. So don't criticize people.
Yeah, here our advice: don't criticize people.
This is our advice.
So don't be cruel to.
You notice that we are talking about the topic in details.
Yeah.
We are clarifying the points for our students in order to understand these words. Okay, in details. Well, thank you for explaining and talking about these things.
And of course, not to criticize other people. If you have something good to say, why not? But if you have nothing good to say, so don't say anything.
Don't say anything. Yes. And I'd like to say, I'd like to add this: if you want to criticize someone and tell him about his mistakes or about his faults, you can tell him in secret. You don't have to tell him in front of all the other people in order not to embarrass him, right? Because we always have these feelings toward the emotions of others. Let's care about this. So all the students.
I agree with that. We have to change into better, not to destroy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, what about being a good listener? You talked about it. Let's talk about it.
Yes, to be a good listener, as the picture shows, all ears. This means we are interested.
We are all ears.
Yes, we are all ears. Yes,
we are interested in what you say. So some people, of course, or the one who speaks to, should show care by listening well, by comprehending what you say, and by asking some questions to comment, of course, on what you say, by showing also interest by eye contact. When someone talks to you, you have to look at him, not to ignore him or put your face aside.
Yes.
This is not a good act, of course.
Yes, of course. Well, don't forget how effective to me eye contact, and it shows you really care. You really care about others. Okay. Thank you very much. Now, we have talked about the lesson in this unit, Unit 11, and there are some exercises to do, some tasks to do after the lesson. The first one is to choose the correct answer. We have options A, B, C, and D. We have to choose the correct answer which is suitable and which completes the meaning of each sentence. Let's do it. Yes, please.
Yes, choose the correct answer A, B, C, or D. Motivated.
Yes.
Suits best to.
Yes.
Fulfilled, inspired, significant, criticize, I think it's B, or surely it's B. Inspired.
Yes, you are right. So motivated suits best to inspired.
Inspired.
Thank you
Sure.
very much. So
Yes,
clarify the word
most welcome.
motivated with inspired. Thank you very much.
To make which means to make someone more eager to do something.
That's right.
Yes, and
To
do it in
encourage.
a creative,
Encourage.
creative way. Encourage. Yes, it's the same.
Easily.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes,
Okay,
please.
the second one. Important enough to be noticed. Here is a suitable meaning for, we have 4 choices: volunteer, criticize, significant, or inspired. Of course, if we volunteer, of course, we know the meaning, to do something without being paid. Criticize, to find faults. Significant, this is the correct answer. And inspired, to be motivated. So surely C.
Surely see.
Yeah.
So important enough to be
Yeah.
noticed. It's a suitable meaning for significant.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Ms. Hanan. Yes, please. Next.
Yeah, and to be happy and satisfied is a suitable meaning for fulfilled, inspired, criticized, significant, fulfilled.
Yes, you are right. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
thank you.
So happy and satisfied is the suitable meaning for fulfilled. Thank you
Yes.
very much. Yes, please.
Okay. A person who does a job without being paid for it means inspired, criticize, significant, or volunteer. Of course, volunteer, because it means to do something without getting money for.
You are right. Thank you very much. So a person who does a job without being paid for, it means volunteer.
Without
Not
getting
only
money.
without being paid for, he does it willingly.
Willingly, yeah.
Yes, he likes to do this job. He's a volunteer because he likes to do this voluntary job, and he doesn't ask for any money. He
Yes.
doesn't ask for paying. Yes, please. Next.
Yes, to talk about someone's faults suits best, criticize. And as we have mentioned before, let's say not only, let's not talk only about faults,
Yes.
but also about positive things or positive points of someone.
The positive points.
Yes,
You are right. Thank
we have
you.
to mention that, not only focus on the faults.
Yes, you are right.
Okay.
So as
But
it's
here,
shown-
yes, here we have
as
or
is
criticize.
mentioned in the book, when
Yes.
we speak about the meaning of some vocabularies in the book, and here we are doing it in a task in order to choose the best answer, to enable and to encourage our students to do such exercise, choose from 4 options. We have 4 options, A, B, C, and D. So we explain the meaning of these
Yeah,
vocabs
sure,
in
sure.
their books in this way. But we add that criticize doesn't only mean to talk about someone's faults, but it also means to talk about the positive and the good things in a person, to encourage him sometimes to do the best.
Okay.
Well,
Having an acceptable reason means significant, we said significant, no. Volunteer, no. Justified, yes. Criticize, no.
No.
so
Yes. It is
thank
justified.
you. It's justified.
yeah.
Thank you very much. So having an acceptable reason means justified. To say them quickly, motivate, I repeat quickly. Motivate means, as we say, to inspire, right? It's shown now. Important enough to be noticed means significant. Happy and satisfied means fulfilled. A person who does a job without being paid for it, a volunteer. To talk about someone's faults is criticize, and having an acceptable reason is justified. I hope that these vocabularies and the meanings of them is very clear, dear. Well, to move to the other part, we have to complete now some statements. We have some statements. We have to complete them with a suitable proposition. You know the propositions. We complete the sentences with the suitable ones. Yes, please. Can we start?
Yes, sure. You should be positive and capable.
And capable.
Capable, inspiring others. What do you think? It's of.
Yes.
Capable of. Okay?
Thank you.
Inspiring others.
Thank you. You should be positive.
Yes.
And capable of inspiring others. Thank you very much. Yes, please. Next.
Trust can be destroyed. We have 4 choices: of, to, about, in. no time. It's an idiom, by the way. It should
In
be
no
in no
time.
time. It's idiom.
That's
it should
right.
be fixed.
Yes, that's right. Thank you, Ms. Hanan.
Right.
Well, trust can be destroyed in no time. Okay, thank you.
Yes, you should be honest to earn people's trust. You should be honest to earn people's trust.
Thank you very much.
Most welcome.
Yes, you should be honest to earn people's trust. Okay?
Good.
Thank you. Well, here, as we notice, it's not a proposition, but
Yeah,
it's added to the sentence in
Yeah, it's
order
okay.
to explain. We have cause and effect
Yes.
here, right? Thank you.
Exactly.
Yes,
Okay.
Ms. Hannah?
Don't make fun. Also, it's a kind of idiom. Make fun of. So
Yes.
don't make fun of people. Of to about in surely of.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yes, right.
Don't make fun of people.
Yes.
Don't make fun. How nice.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, show your family that you care about them. Show your family that you care about them.
Yes, we care
We
about
have to
someone.
show all people that we care about them.
Yes,
Yes.
show care
Also students, even
To
teachers,
everybody.
colleagues. Yeah, everybody.
to
Sure.
everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, we have talked about the lesson, the vocabularies, we clarified the idea, the idioms in it. Now let's talk about the grammar. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the session, that we will talk about the passive voice. We know, dear, that in this unit, Unit 11, it talks about passive voice. And the passive which is included in the Unit 11 is in the simple past. But I'd like to speak about the two cases, the past and the present, okay, because they are related together. They are important. I hope that our students know how to use the passive. But students may ask, what does it mean? What does it mean? What's the difference between the active sentence and the passive one? And how can I change the sentence from an active to a passive one, or from a
Vice
passive
versa.
sentence
Yes.
into an active one? Well, would you please talk about this matter?
Yeah, sure. Let's start with active
Yes.
voice. In active voice, we focus in the doer of the action.
Yes.
Yes.
We
It's-
focus on the doer. Well, let's
subject.
clarify in details and give our students examples in
Sure.
order to make it more clear.
Let's say Rima. As you see the picture, I think we mentioned the picture. Yes.
We have a
Can
doctor
you see?
here.
Yes, Dr. Rima helped the boy.
Yes.
Here we focus on Rima.
Yes.
It's herself. She is a doctor and she is treating the boy. Let's say Rima helped the boy.
And we use here the past simple. We helped. The verb
Yes,
here
helped the boy.
Okay. We will talk about the passive now according to the past. Here we have the tense here is in the past, the simple past.
Past, yeah.
Okay. Rima is the doer of the action. She's a doctor. She cares for people, and she helped
Yes.
the boy.
Good.
Now,
Now.
this is an active. We have the subject, the verb, and the
the
object.
object.
Okay, this is an active. This is a statement. This is the sentence with its three important elements.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, Miss Hannah.
Now, why do we use the passive? We use the passive when we want to emphasize the action or the receiver of the action.
Yes.
So in the first example, she said, Dr. Rima helped the boy. Now I want to focus on the boy. I say, the boy was helped by Rima.
By Rima.
Very nice.
So,
Thank you very much.
This is why do we use the passive, because what is more important here is the action, not the doer of the action.
Thank
but
you.
if it is important, we can add it after the preposition by. So it's optional. Just if it is a noun, a name, we can say by.
We can mention the doer after or with by phrase.
Yes, of
Yes.
course. Thank you very much. So you said that when we talk about the doer of the action, the sentence, the statement is in the active form. We have the subject, Rima, as it's shown, helped with the verb, and the
Yes.
object. Now, when we change the sentence into passive, now we focus on the action, and we change. We have some changes. We are going to talk about the changes now.
Yeah, sure.
And the passive, the boy was helped by by Rima.
By Rima.
Or by the doctor.
Yes.
Okay. Now, how do we change? What do we do in order to form the passive? How do change into passive?
As we say that the focus will be on the object or the action, but let's start with the object.
Yes.
So the first step is to bring the object first. Let's
Right.
say in our active form or active voice, we have Rima helped the boy. And here in passive form, we start with the boy.
Yes, so we
Now
bring,
we
the,
bring
object
the object to the beginning
to
of
the
the
beginning
sentence.
of the sentence. That's
Yes.
right. This is the first step.
Yeah,
Thank
this
you
is the
very
first
much.
step.
Yes.
Okay. The next step, of course, when we form the passive after the object, we have to add verb to be. Verb to be must be, we are talking about the present and the past here in
Yes.
our lesson. So if we are talking about the present, we choose verb to be am, is, are. If we are talking about the past, the verb should be was, were. Now in our example, where after bringing the subject to the beginning, the boy is singular. And our example is past. So we choose the past form, was. So the boy singular and it should be was. The boy was.
That's
Okay.
right. Thank you.
Yes.
So you said that we bring the object first. This is the
Yes.
first step that we did. Now we have to change the verb. We add verb to be. In the present we have is, am, are.
Yes.
With what about the main verb? The main verb.
Yes, it should be in the verb 3 or past participle.
past participle or
Here
verb
it is a
three.
regular verb. So
Yes.
the boy was helped.
Was helped. That's right. Next.
We have this step after the management between verb to be. We make a manage between verb to be, the suitable verb to be, according to the sentence or the tense of the sentence.
Yes.
Okay, first. And then if the object, plural or singular.
Yes.
Yeah.
If the object itself,
Yeah,
which
sure.
became the subject of the passive sentence, if it's in the singular,
Or-
well, the verb should be in the singular form.
A verb to be, yes.
The verb to be should
Yes.
be in the
the
singular
singular
form.
form.
If the object, which is the subject now in our sentence, is in plural form, so the verb should be in plural.
Yes.
Right. That's
yeah,
right.
that's my point.
Well, so we have here this. We choose the correct be. We change verb into past participle, right? So the boy was helped. We should add by Rima, right? Now, to speak about the subject and the object, how should we choose? Bring the object first, choose the correct verb to be, and change verb into past participle. We add by and the subject, right?
Yes,
With
sure.
plus the subject. Now, what about the subject and object?
Yes, please. Here we have Rima helped the boy, for example, or she helped the boy. You know, we have subject pronouns, object pronouns.
Yeah.
Subject pronouns surely come before the verb. Object pronouns surely come after the verb. So in our example here, Rima helped the boy. Rima, a noun. Help the boy, object. The object is a noun. It should be the boy was helped by Rima. But
Yes.
if we say she helped him, here we use pronouns.
Yes.
So him should be at the beginning. We change the object pronouns into subject pronouns. It
Right.
should be he.
Yes.
We care about also the verb past, present, and singular, plural. So he was helped. If it is very important, we say by Rima, but sometimes we say by her. But I think it is not very important to say by her. When it's a pronoun, my advice is not to mention it.
Yes, you are
Because
right.
it is not very important. Just when it is a name, when it is, for example, an inventor or a person.
Non, an engineer, a
But
teacher,
it's a good
doctor.
idea to teach the students how to convert the object
Yes, just-
or the subject as a
You are
pronoun.
right,
Yeah,
yes.
that's sure. And
Because-
it's very important because the student need to...
Yes,
to
and
know.
but
get
this
it.
is
Yeah, I
step,
know.
by the way, it's optional in the grammar.
Yeah, I know
in the
it's
passive.
optional. Yeah, I know.
Yes, although it's optional, Ms. Hanan, thank you very much for clarifying this point. Although it's optional, but I hope that all our students know when
Yes.
they convert and when they change the sentence from active
Into
into
passive.
passive,
Yes.
and
Yes.
they change position. The object of the active sentence is now the subject of the passive sentence. Then the student changes the verb. Then what about the doer? We should
Yeah,
mention
that's-
him. Well, when we say by him, why not? Well, I know it's not obligatory to mention.
yeah,
Yes, in
I said
grammar
it's
it's not
optional.
obligatory.
Yes.
It's optional. It's not obligatory.
Yeah, it's okay.
But students should know.
Yes.
Well, he.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
not she.
Yes.
It's not they. It's not we. Okay,
So-
about the doer. But they should mention. They must mention the doer of the action. They must mention the agent by. Okay?
Okay.
By the teacher always helps her students. The students are helped by the teacher.
Yes.
Doctors
Because it's
treat
important.
patients. Patients are treated by doctors. Well, they, doctor, the teacher, the doer of the action in the active sentence should be mentioned, must be mentioned when we change it in passive, the sentence into passive, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
My note here is just to be careful about subjective pronouns, objective pronouns.
Yes.
If the subject is I, the objective pronoun is me, we, us, you, they, them, he, him, she, her, it. So when they
Yes.
bring the objective pronoun at the beginning, it should be inverted, of course, into subjective pronoun.
Yes, they should pay attention, dear students, when we talk about the subject pronoun and the object pronoun. When the sentence, when you convert and you change from the object pronoun into subject, you know what to use according to the column which is shown from a while. Well, now talking about how to change into passive, we talked about the doer of the action, we talked about the action itself, and how we change the object into a subject in the passive sentence. Now we have an exercise. We need to train you to do exercise and to choose to complete these sentences. We have many options. Please focus. Give us the answer before we answer these. We have to choose the correct verb to complete sentences. Okay, we have some sentences. We have to choose from A, B, C, and D. I hope that you, dear students, do it, and then we give you the answer. Okay? Well, yes, dear colleagues, we have to choose the correct verb in order to complete these sentences, and these sentences talk about the passive. Okay?
Yeah, we have active and passive here.
The active and passive.
Yes.
No, let's do it together,
Yes.
and I hope that our students follow and do the exercise with us. Yes, please.
We hope so. Many plays by Shakespeare. We have wrote, it's simple past, and it's an active voice, okay? Because we don't have verb to be and
Very nice
past
to mention
participle.
this.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
B, it's an passive voice, but we have here are, and we know that Shakespeare,
Yes, is,
famous ancient playwright, yeah, were written, C, passive voice in past passive voice, and we have the were writing past continuous. So what do you think?
What do you think, dear
Yeah,
students?
surely were written.
Yes, you are
We
right.
can't,
thank you.
by the way, B and C are both in the passive.
Yeah, I mentioned that.
Yes, but Shakespeare is already
Yeah,
good,
sure.
of course.
So when our students look at the sentence, they should know if the sentence is in the active form or
Yes.
in the passive. When the student looks at the sentence, study it carefully, notice that the subject in the sentence is the doer of the action, so the sentence is not, is not passive.
Yes.
Well, and when he studied the sentence, he said that the subject of the sentence that he is reading is not the subject, is not the doer. So when we focus on the action itself, he noted that here we have a passive, and he should follow the rules of passive sentences, right?
Sure.
So many plays were written. So who wrote many plays?
Shakespeare.
He was Shakespeare. So
Yes.
many plays were written by
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare.
Yes.
Okay, that's right. Thank
Okay.
you very much.
Absolutely.
Next.
The farmer's wagon by the horses. A farmer's wagon like carriage, as we say.
Yes.
Was bulling, was bulled, bulls. Active or passive? Now, the wagon, is the wagon the door of the action? We should ask ourselves this
Does
question.
the
Surely-
wagon pull something?
Of course not.
Can a wagon do something if we don't?
No, it is the receiver of the action,
yeah,
surely. So
sure.
it should be passive here.
Yes.
And we have another key word or a key, something like this.
Maybe by?
the horses.
Yes.
So
By
the subject
horses.
is put at the end after the preposition by. So we have to choose was bullying. This is present, past continuous, I'm sorry. Was bulled, past symbol in the passive. I think so. It is surely. Bulled, past symbol. Bulls, present symbol.
Thank you.
So it should be B.
It should be, yes, right.
The only
should be
one,
B.
the only one that is in the passive form, and the one that is suitable to this example.
So the correct answer, and I hope our students who follow chose correctly. B, was pulled is the correct answer. I will read the whole sentence. The farmer's wagon was pulled by the horses. Okay? Now, next please.
Yes, our teacher asked to do the project. Helped or was helped, is helped or helping. I think it's an active voice. What do you think, Ms. Hanan?
Surely the teacher is
Yeah,
the doer of the
surely
action.
the teacher is the doer of the action.
Yes.
Yes.
So-
So our teacher helped. A.
Thank you very much. So as we notice here in this sentence, number 3, that the doer of the action is very important. The doer of the action is our teacher. He is always important. Well, he is the doer. He helped the teacher. Our teacher helped us to do the project. So here we have, is it an active sentence?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
It's an
Is it a
active
passive sentence?
No.
Surely not.
No, surely not. You notice the difference, dear students, between the passive and the active and how we do the exercise. Yes, please, next.
Yes, it's my turn.
Yes.
Yes.
Jury gave, is giving, gives, was given her friend a present when she retired. So jury here is the doer of the action. And surely we have to choose here the active form. Gave, past simple, is giving, present continuous, gives, present simple, was given, passive. So jury, here we have to be careful about the tense of the sentence. At the end we have retired, it is past.
Thank you very
It is-
much.
it's
Yes.
So
past.
in this case we have to choose surely gave.
Very nice.
So
Thank
the
you.
only, by the way, when we have multiple choice, only one choice is correct. Always one
Yes.
choice is correct.
Of course, one choice is correct. Only. We have 4 options.
Yes.
4 choices. Only one is correct according to the sentence.
Yes.
So we always say, dear students, read the sentence, the whole sentence. Okay? Don't be in a hurry. Read it and study the sentence well, the tense of the sentence as well as the meaning of the sentence. So when we say jury, okay, jury is a name of a person. Well, we have this space, her friend at present when she retired. Retired, as you mentioned, Ms. Hanan, thank you.
It is past.
It's in the simple past. So the sentence
Should be past.
should be in the
past
simple
tense.
past.
Yes.
Now, this is the tense of the sentence. Now, what's about the verb? When we choose the verb, we notice that jury is the doer of the action. It means that we don't have passive here.
Yes.
We should choose a choice which have the form of the verb should be in the active form. Yes, please.
We
you-
have A, B, C here. Both, not both, all of them are in the active.
Yes.
But as we said, retired is past. So our choice should be also past.
Yes.
So it should be A. Is giving, it's impossible because the whole sentence is past, the meaning is past, and
Yeah,
we have
sure.
a key word, retired. Gives also, we can't use past and present at the same time.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Next, please.
Yes, the book to the library returned, is returning, returns, was returned. Do you think that the book can return itself to the library?
Surely
I don't
not.
think
It has
so.
no legs.
Even we didn't mention the doer of the action, but here we have passive voice.
Yes.
So we have to say that the book was returned, D,
Was
to the
returned.
library.
Yes, we focus on the action itself. The
Yeah,
action.
sure. Here we don't mention the doer,
The
of,
doer
the
of the
action.
action.
Yes, we
The
focus on the
On
action,
the action
itself.
of it itself. Thank you very much. So the book was returned to the library. Thank you, dear colleagues. You did it very well, and I hope that dear students did it very well and know all the answers, right? Okay. Now let's again choose the correct answer. Yes, please.
Okay. My friend received a birthday card by last week. After the preposition, we have to choose the suitable pronoun. Me, I, my, he. Me is an objective pronoun, usually comes after prepositions. I is a subjective pronoun, we can't use it after prepositions. My is a possessive adjective, it should be followed by a noun. He is a subjective pronoun, can't be used after the preposition. So the only choice is A.
Very nice explanation. Thank you very much. That's right. So the only choice is me. My friend received the birthday card by me.
Yes.
last week. Yes, please, next.
Yes, they awarded he, has, himself, or him a prize in 2015. What do you think? I think he is a subject pronoun also. It doesn't come after the verb. His possessive adjective, himself reflexive pronoun, and him is the suitable or the right answer. They awarded him a prize in 2015.
Excellent, thank you very much. So they awarded him because the only correct choice is the answer D, him, a prize in 2015. Thank you very much. Next.
Yes. Our teacher helped to do the project. Also, the 4 choices say we, our, us, they. Helped is a verb. After the verb, we said before, we must use an object pronoun. So we, subject pronoun, can't be used. Our is a possessive adjective, it can't be used because it should be followed by a noun, but here it is not suitable. They, subject pronoun, can't be put in this position or place. The only choice that can be taken or selected is C.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
It's C.
An
So our
object pronoun.
teacher helped us. We talked about the same sentence when we talked about changing and focusing on the verb, that the verb should be in passive. Now we talk about the same sentence, the pronoun of the sentence, the teacher helped us, okay,
Yeah, sure.
to do the project. Thank you. Yes, next.
Yes, we're helped by our teacher to do the project. We, or our, us, or they. To be honest, here we have 2 choices. Maybe, I don't know. We can use we. We were helped by our teacher to do the project.
Yes.
Okay. And we can use they.
They were helped by our teacher.
Yes, by our teacher.
So
yeah.
here we
If you
have
want to
2
focus
options.
about our, yeah, we can use we or they. It's okay.
Yes, right. 2 choices are correct. Thank you
Yes.
very much. Thank you, Ms. Samar.
Yeah,
so
most
it's very
welcome.
important to notice this. Here the answers. Now we have here something pronunciation, and I hope that we can listen
Yeah, I hope
to
so.
this. Yes, in order to clarify this pronunciation, pronouncing the short vowel O and the long vowel O. Can we? Well, I'm sorry, we can't, because something is related to technology. Okay, I hope that you, dear teachers, and I hope, dear teachers, I know that technology doesn't serve us all the time. We should depend on ourselves when helping our students to, especially in the pronunciation, the listening and speaking, these skills which are very important. We need to help our students to know how to practice these skills well. We should depend on ourselves if technology doesn't serve us, okay? Well, students should listen to a dialogue, should listen to something and do this exercise to complete the table. Would you please, dear, let's help our students pronounce pronounce these words correctly and focus on the short vowel and the long vowel.
Okay.
Dear, you notice, according to the table, that the short vowel is on the table. It's clear that it's shorter than the other. The other O is long.
Is followed by the colon.
The colon.
This means long.
It means long.
Yeah.
Whenever we find followed by colon, it means long
Yes,
vowel.
yeah.
Thank you for mentioning this,
Yes,
Ms.
okay,
Hanan.
okay.
Would you please?
Yeah. Here we have to classify the words into 2 groups.
Yes.
A group which has the short vowel O and the one that has the long vowel O. The words first: box, spot, turn, boat, clock, lost, horn, court. Let's start. Box. Is it long or short?
Yes.
Surely.
Is it long or short?
Short.
Short.
Now, spot.
Spot.
It's short also.
It's
Yes,
short.
sure.
Turn.
No,
It's
here
long.
we have a long
Torn.
O.
Long O.
So,
Yes.
dear, you notice you said torn.
Torn.
It's
Turn.
long.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Boat. Also
Boat.
long.
Yes.
Boat. Clock. It's
Short.
short. Yeah. Lost. It's
Also
short.
short.
Horn and court,
Court.
both are also long.
Long O.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So teachers are always there they can, if they don't have technology to use, they can depend on themselves and teach our students how to pronounce the words correctly. So we have the short vowel. When classified, we have the short O, books, spot, clock, and lost. Okay, yes. While the long vowel O, torn, boat, horn, and coat. Right? Yes. Thank you very much. So they should listen to and do an exercise of listening, right?
Hi, I'm Jamal. When I went to school in France, at that time, our post to Nigeria would take 3 months to arrive to my parents. I would write a letter home each week knowing that I would get to Nigeria before the letters. Even the letters I received and read were full of out-of-date news, but still precious as a real link to my family. Many years later, my father got a job in Australia. My family moved from Nigeria to live there. I still remember that I could send weekly letters directly to my parents through my father's work email.
Well, dear, you listened to Fred and Jamal talking about the changes technology add to their lives and do the task below.
This is Jamal. What about Fred?
Yes, what's about Fred? Let's listen.
Hi, I'm Fred. I think about all the challenges we used to have to deal with just to keep in touch. I am very thankful that it is so different these days. I left my country to live in London. My children still speak to their grandparents every week on Skype. They could still read them a bedtime story from Egypt. We are always in touch and available. The cost of mobile phone calls may be high, but is much cheaper than in the past.
Clear? So when students listen to this, they should listen twice, okay? Let's do the exercise. Now choose the correct answer, A, B, C. When after listening, we do this exercise. Yes, yes, please start.
Yes, we know that when we deal with this task or skill, we have to repeat.
Yes, we have to repeat.
Yeah, we have. Just
to
inform, okay? And then to clarify the task the students should do.
Yes, of course.
Like here, choose the correct answer, A, B, or C. Fred comes from London, Nigeria, Egypt. I think he's from Egypt, right?
Yes, you are right.
Yes.
You are right, thank you. Okay. So Fred comes from Egypt according to, we listened to the 8. We should listen twice, but we are short of time. Yeah. I hope that teachers make it available for our students to listen twice and sometimes more than twice, according to the class itself, to the students themselves, right? Well, dear students, when you listen, please repeat it and try to answer it. Yes, Ms. Hanan?
Fred's children speak to their every week on Skype. Friends, mother, grandparents.
Thank you. Fred's children speak to their grandparents every week on Skype. Thank you.
Yes, many years later, Jamal could send letters through his work, mother's, sister's, father's work.
That's right. Thank you. Many years later, Jamal could send letters through his father's work. Yes, please.
Jamal went to school in France, Nigeria, Egypt. It should be,
France,
as we said?
Yes, France.
Okay.
Yes, it's in France. Now, decide. We have another task.
Yeah.
Decide if the sentences are true or false. Yes, please?
Yes, decide if the following sentences are true or false. The letters Jamal received and read were full of out-of-date news. It's false, because up-to-date news.
Thank you.
Yes.
You correct it. Thank you very much.
Yes. The second one, friend believes that the cost of mobile phones is still high as in the past. It's true.
Yes, it's true. Thank you.
Yes, Jamal's father has got a new job in France. No, it's false.
False. Thank you. So we have 3 sentences with the false and true. Thank you for mentioning. So the first sentence is false. The letters Jamal received and read were full of out-of-date news. It's false. According to the listening.
Yes,
okay?
yes, sure.
Fred believes that the cost of mobile phones is still high as in the past. It's true. Jamal's father has got a new job in France. Is false. Yeah, right. Thank you. Well, which is the final stage in this unit. writing. We help our students to write paragraph. And before I talk about this, I'd like to add and tell my dear students that don't be afraid of something related to writing. We always encourage you to write, read and write. Don't depend on copying and pasting,
Memorizing.
copy paste from the book. All the paragraphs, the paragraph in the exam or whenever you are going to write paragraphs, try to think and write. All the paragraphs are related to the topics in your books, but they are not copy paste. Okay, they are related to the topics. Nothing is strange. Nothing to be aware of about. Don't be worried. Don't worry, because I heard that some colleagues and some students are worried about the paragraphs. No, don't worry about this matter. It's something related to your book, to the topic of your books. They are parallel to the paragraphs and the topics, the ideas mentioned in your books. Okay, dear? So, here now, when we talk about Unit 11, you should put these words to fill in spaces to give a full meaning of a paragraph. It's a paragraph, and you always read paragraphs, you write paragraphs, okay? Invent, it's, let's say, a higher level of thinking. We need our student to think and write, and you are not going to be punished, okay? All dear teachers help and encourage your students to write sentences, then join these sentences together in a simple way, and it will be a paragraph. The paragraph will be an essay if we combine paragraphs together. Well, we need only a paragraph which is a topic related to the topics of the book. That's it. Okay? Now, here we have to complete the following paragraph with words from the books. Friends, presents, gifts, attend, button, daughter, and photographs. Would you please, dear colleagues?
Yes, my sister and her little daughter, okay, used to live close to us.
Okay. Number 2, they have moved abroad now, yet today I was able to attend my niece's birthday on Skype.
And give her gifts.
Gift. Thank you.
Can we use here presents? Or what do you
Yes,
think?
you're the same.
No.
Yeah, the same, right?
Because gifts are the
Yes,
same.
we
Yeah,
can use them.
yes,
Yes,
we
we
can
can
use.
when we have the
Okay.
same similar meanings. Yes, please.
Yes. okay.
I chose from the internet, you should complete it. Facebook and email mean that grandparents, family, and friends
Friends.
can use most up-to-date family.
Yes. Okay, photographs and events, and stay in touch with them.
We can send flowers and presents to our family by just
Pressing a button. What a wonderful world. What a wonderful world we live in these days.
Yes, yes, it's a
Yeah,
wonderful
sure.
word. Thank you very much. So
Yeah, thank you very
the
much
first
for you.
word to be put, the first answer is daughter, the second one attend, the third gift, the fourth friends, the fifth paragraphs, the sixth presents, seven bottom. We did it. We are short of time. I need to read it quickly for our colleagues. Well, let me read it. My sister and her little daughter used to live in close to us. They have moved abroad now, yet today I was able to attend my niece's birthday on Skype and give her gifts I chose from the internet. Facebook and email mean that grandparents, family and friends can see the most up-to-date family photographs and events and stay in touch with them. We can use flowers, we can send flowers and presents to our family by just pressing button. What a wonderful life we live in these days. Now we come to the end. Thank you very much, dear colleagues, Ms. Samara Asrawi
Thank
from
you very much. Thank
Damascus
you.
Countryside Directorate and Ms. Hanan Kantakji from Hama Directorate. Thank you very much for
Thank you.
joining.
Okay.
You did very well. Would you like to say something before we connect to our students?
No, just to study hard, be careful to the multiple choice because they confuse our students to study the space or the whole sentence and to choose the one that suits this space.
Yeah, and we are about to finish our studying year. So here I will, I want to tell my students to study hard also, and the more they read, the more they write. They are related together. So read, get vocab, and write your paragraph. Don't worry about anything.
Thank you very much.
Most welcome.
Thank you. Now, dear all, thank you very much for joining us. I hope that we gave beneficial information and for this grade and for the grammar and all the skills. Thank you very much, dear students, and good luck in your exams. And goodbye.